This is the educational
informational show.
Today we're going to be talking about the elements.
Elements of what?
I'm glad you asked, my good fellow. The elements of the Earth's crust.
The Earth's crust? I didn't know the Earth had a crust like the crust on my bread that I sneak feed to my dog.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but it is the crust, which in some ways is similar to your bread, since it only makes up 1% of the Earth's volume.
Only 1%?
Yes, a good way to picture it is with this egg. This shows a good example of what the crust of the Earth is like. Very thin and shallow compared to the egg white and yolk.
So is the egg white like the mantle and the yolk like the core of the Earth?
Precisely.
Okay, so then what are the elements of the Earth's crust?
Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I think we need to go to our correspondent on the ground that is coming to us live from the science classroom of Claritas, Mrs. Richards. Mrs. Richards, would you mind explaining a little bit about this mysterious periodic table of elements?
And when we return, we will have some special guests for you to meet that will help bring an element of understanding. Well, I knew periods could be used at the end of the sentence, but I didn't know they could also be used in a scientific table to show the amazing relationship between different elements.
Man, that Mendeleev guy was quite a genius.
And must have also been pretty great at the game solitaire.
Right. Okay. Well, due to programming restrictions, we only have time to introduce you to 2 of the 8 elements in the Earth's crust. But they are 2 of the most abundant, and we even have rare footage of one rebellious element that we will share with you soon. First guess is oxygen.
Hi.
Well, hello there, oxygen. Could you tell us some of the fun facts about yourself? Help us get to know who you really are.
I would love to, not to brag, but I'm the most abundant element in Earth's crust. 46.4% to be exact, but who's counting? I'm an element that is highly reactive, like when I act as an oxidizer to help burn fuel to launch a rocket ship, but I also combine easier with other elements. Because of this, I am found in large number of common compounds both on Earth and in its crust. In the Earth's crust, there is a great deal of silicate, which is formed when I combine with silicon, one of my best friends. Silicates are used for all types of different things, like making glass, microchips, or even watches.
Wait, like the watch that I'm wearing?
Yes, like the watch you're wearing. Wow, Oxygen was quite the guy. Thank you so much for your time and your contribution to our planet. Next up, we have Mr. Silicon. Hello, Silicon. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Silicon. I make up 28% of the Earth's crust and can be found in a wide variety of minerals and elemental compounds, usually together with oxygen. When I combine with oxygen, I'm called silicon dioxide or silica. Silicon dioxide is the main component of many types of hard crystalline rocks such as quartz, amethyst, opal, and rock crystal. Silicon dioxide is also what most sand is made out of, and a large part of the reason it is so commonly found in the Earth's crust. Sand is mostly made up of silicon-based minerals and rocks. I'm also used in a variety of human-made products, such as most electronics and microchips, as well as glass products and bricks.
Well, Silicon, you sound extremely useful and abundant. Sounds like you have a great time with your friend Oxygen when the 2 of you team up and create so many cool things.
Just to be clear, I really do like Oxygen, but sometimes I feel he's a bit too clingy, and I just would like a little space every now and then. For some personal reflection time, kind of like glass I make. It would be nice to have a little breathing room for time to time.
Oh my, have you shared your feelings with Oxygen?
No, he can be hard to talk to. He's a pretty reactive guy.
Well, good luck with that. I hope you can find a way to work through your problems. From what I understand, Oxygen and Silicon are supposed to be great friends that like to join up together to make all kinds of wonderful things that we humans need and use daily. I will be rooting for you to work out your differences.
Well, that was an interesting interview from Silicon. Well, like we promised, we do indeed have the only rare footage in the world of Silicon actually trying to avoid combining with oxygen. We'll pan over to that video now.
I'll fight the elements. I'll fight the elements. I got spirit, I got faith. I might bend, but I won't break. I'll fight the elements. And I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down, I'ma go down swinging. If I go down.
I'm sure glad Oxygen and Silicon were able to work out their differences since they are such a dynamic combination.
Yes, indeed. That was quite the scene, which, by the way, the screen you watched this scene on is made possible by Silicon and Oxygen. So thank you, Silicon and Oxygen, for all your great contributions to our society. As a disclaimer, this reenactment was only to add an element of comedy and is in almost every way fictional.
God is so amazing.
It's so crazy to think of all the elements found inside the rocks.
And all the wonderful uses we can make out of them. Well, that's all for us today, folks, on our
Educational
informational show.
show. Goodbye. We hope you learned.